stop worrying so much. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking to you. Stop worrying. You know, worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you don't get anywhere. You know, Jesus says, take no thought for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Can you add an hour to your life by worrying? No, you can't. You don't even know when you're going to die. So how can you add an hour to your life when you don't even know when you're going to die? Worrying can't add an hour to your life. Robert Louis Stevenson said, anyone can carry a heavy burden, however heavy, until nightfall. Anyone can do his work, however hard, for one day. Anyone can live lovingly, patiently and sweetly for one day and until the sun goes down. We spend way too much time thinking about yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's fears with today's load. It's all too much. People have tried. I've tried. The hospitals are full of people with stress-related issues. Don't be one of them, but you probably will be one of them. If you're like me, you like to learn the hard way. But if you don't like to learn the hard way, take advice from myself, from the Bible and from other people who experience this. Don't try to cram so much into one day. Work in God's time, like Jesus did. Jesus is a perfect example of living in God's time and living one day at a time. Jesus devoted his all to a task, and he did it heavily, but he did it one step at a time, one day at a time. However heavy it was one day at a time. And so much so then when the day was done, you would see him sleeping at the bottom of a boat in the middle of a storm. This is crazy. Jesus lived peaceably and slowly every day. You know, you never see God or Jesus fuming and fretting, do you? You don't see him, oh no, oh, how are we going to get this thing done? Oh no, what are we going to do? And stressing out and talking, quick, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to fit this all in today. No, we don't see that. Jesus and God work slowly, and they work to a task, they work hard, but they do it one step at a time and one day at a time. The only day that we have is this one. There was this study done that worked out that worry was the greatest cause of illness. Now, just think about that for a minute. Worrying is the greatest cause of illness. They worked out that 40% of our worries are from the past, 50% are fears in the future on things that haven't even happened or eventuated, and only 10% of our worries is on the present. So by looking at that study, you can wipe away 90% of your fears and worries and just worry about the 10%, which is today. In fact, you don't even have to worry that much about today, really, either. Live one day at a time. When you wake up in the morning, or even through the day or at night, you could say something like, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." Today, this day God has made for you. Rejoice and be glad in it. Stop thinking about the regrets and all the things that you did in the past. And stop worrying about the future, on future events. Sometimes we worry, the things in the future that we worry about are so big and massive. And literally, you know, it's like the size of a football field, all our worries that we think about in the future. But we could probably, the things that actually turn out to be, actually turn out, you could probably put on the end of a pen. It's nothing. We worry so much about the future. And 99% of these things don't even turn into anything. They don't even materialize. God loves you and is shaping you. I believe everything that happens to you in your life, in our lives, is for our learning. Even the bad things. In fact, if you have a belief that everything that happens to you is a gift from God, even the bad stuff, imagine how you'd live your day. And imagine how you interpret things that happen to your life, even the bad things. And when a bad thing happens, you go, well, this must be a gift from God to help me learn more, to be more, to love more. Imagine having a belief like that ingrained into your brain. How much difference would your life be if you had and incorporated that belief into your life? Paul said in Philippians, "This one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth to the things that are in front of us, I press towards the mark of the high calling of God in Jesus Christ." What is a high calling? Well, I only put a little bit of thought into it, but it's something that's high and someone's calling. So it's like God's up there in heaven. He's saying, hey you, do you want to become part of something great and amazing and it's free? Yeah. What, me? Yeah, you. Come up and be part of this great and amazing thing, this high calling. It's going to be the best thing in your life that you've ever done. You're invited to the best thing in the world. It's a high calling. Let us be wise like Paul and forget the things before us and just focus on one thing, not two or three. Focus on the high calling of God in Jesus Christ. The one important thing is to press towards the mark one day at a time. God bless, and I'll see you soon.